Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button to receive important financial updates faster than anybody else. Friends, welcome to another video on your channel Profit in Equities. If you like our content, please don't forget to hit the like button. Also subscribe to our channel, click on the bell button and choose all notifications to receive important financial updates from our channel at the earliest. In this video, we will be talking about 7 small companies from the portfolio of Vallabh Bhanshali for the year 2018. Now, for those of you who do not know, Vallabh Bhanshali is the co-founder of ENAM and has one of the oldest track records as far as successful investments are concerned in the Indian stock market. Please watch this video to know more. Now the first stock on the list is Simpl Projects Limited, which is available at Rs 17.90 and the face value for it is 10. Vallabh Bhanshali's holding in this particular company stands at 2.2%. The symbol for it is SIMPLEX. Now Simpl Projects Limited is engaged in the engineering and construction activities business. The company is also engaged in the trading of construction materials. Its segments are construction activity and trading activity. It focuses on the construction of bridges for railways, industrial projects, urban infrastructure and automated parking projects. Now if you were to look at the 1-year chart, you would see that this company has been an underperformer and has been on a slide throughout the entire year. The market cap of the company is minuscule and stands at a figure of 22.55 crores, which means that this company is a micro cap. The EPS of 19.66 translates into a very cheap price to earnings ratio of 0.91, which is much below the industry PE of 28.07. The book value is at a figure of 91.72, which again translates into a very cheap price to book ratio of 0.20. Now some red flags. The company has a debt to equity of 5.1449, which is a very bad figure. The dividend yield for this company is 0 as it does not pay out any dividends, and the promoter holding here stands at an above average figure of 56.26. The 52-week high is 66.75, whereas the 52-week low stands at a figure of 15.45. Now the second stock on the list is Greenlam Industries Limited, which is available at Rs 1060 and the face value for it is 5. The holding for Vallabh Bhanshali in this particular stock stands at 1.32%. The symbol for it is GREENLAM. Now Greenlam Industries Limited is a laminates manufacturing company engaged in the business of manufacturing laminates, decorative veneers and allied products through its factories at various locations and branches and dealer network spread all over the country. Its segments include laminate and allied products, also veneer and allied products. Now as is evident from the 1-year chart, the company was on an uptrend for about the first few months of the year, but since then has been on a consistent slide. The market cap of the company is 2,558.70 crores, which means that the company is a small mid cap. The EPS of 23.96, however, translates into a price to earnings ratio of 44.24, which is much more expensive when compared with the industry PE of 36.46. The book value for the stock is 148.24, which translates into an expensive price to book ratio of 7.15. The company has a low dividend yield of 0.24, whereas the promoter holding is above average at 54.74. Now the third stock on the list is UFO Movies India Limited, which is available at Rs 372 and the face value for it is 10. The symbol for it is UFO and the holding for Vallabh Bhanshali in this particular stock stands at 1.27%. Now UFO Movies India Limited is an India-based company which is engaged in providing digital cinema services to exhibitors and distributors of films and also is involved with related activities. Now if you were to look at the 1-year chart, you would see that this company was on an uptrend for the first few months of the year, but since then has been on a continuous decline. The market cap of the company is 1055.22 crores, which means that the company is a small cap one. The EPS of 24.23 translates into a very cheap price to earnings ratio of 15.36, which is much cheaper when compared with the industry PE of 31.80. The book value stands at a figure of 204.87, which again translates into a reasonable price to book ratio of 1.82. The dividend yield here is 3.36%, whereas the promoter holding for this stock is below average at 30.04%. The 52-week high is 620, whereas the 52-week low for this stock stands at 314.10. Now the next company on the list is Zodiac Clothing Company Limited, which is available at Rs 145.70 and the face value for it is 10. The symbol for it is ZODIACLOTH. Now, Zodiac Clothing Company Limited is engaged in the business of clothing and clothing accessories. The company operates through two segments, which are business of clothing and clothing accessories and investments. Its geographical segments are India and the rest of the world. Now, as is evident from the one-year chart, the company was on a slow uptrend for the first few months of the year, but since then has been on a consistent decline. The company is a small cap with a market capitalization of 284.41 crores. The company is not yet profitable and hence the price to earnings ratio and EPS are not applicable here. The book value stands at a figure of 124.95, which translates into a reasonable price to book ratio of 1.17. The debt to equity for this stock is 0.2540, whereas the return on equity is a negative 0.0284. The dividend yield by this company is 0.69, whereas the promoter holding is a strong factor for this stock at 61.45. The 52-week high for this stock stands at 253.90, whereas the 52-week low is 140.30. Now, the next stock on the list is Genus Paper and Boards Limited, which is available at Rs 11.95 and the face value for it is 1. The holding for Vallabh Bhanshali in this particular stock stands at 1.27%. The symbol for it is GENUSPAPER. Now, Genus Papers and Boards Limited is an India-based company which is engaged in the business of manufacturing craft paper and MS ingot. The company's segments include paper and steel. The company has 4 independent plants within the factory premises. Now, as is evident from the one-year chart, the company was consolidating for the first couple of months in the year, then went on an uptrend, but of late it has been consolidating again. The market cap of the company is 307.27 crores, which means that the company is a small cap one. The EPS of 0.69 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 17.32, which is largely in line with the industry PE of 15.16. The book value of 13.80 also translates into a very cheap price to book ratio of 0.87. The company did not pay out any dividends and the promoter holding is just about average at 50.48%. The 52-week high is 16.50, whereas the 52-week low for this stock stands at a figure of 5.20. Now, the next company on the list is Genus Power Infrastructures, which is available at Rs 39.70 and the face value for it is 1. The symbol for it is GENUSPOWER. Now, the holding for Vallabh Bhanshali in this particular stock stands at 1.16%. Now, Genus Power Infrastructures Limited is engaged in manufacturing, metering and undertaking engineering, construction and contracts on turnkey basis. The company operates through power segment. Now, as is evident from the one-year chart, the company was also on an uptrend for the first few months of the year, but in the recent market correction, this has really melted in value. The market cap of the company is 1021.62 crores, which means that the company is a small cap one. The EPS of 2.01 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 19.75, which is largely in line with the industry PE of 20.64. The book value of 29.08 also translates into a reasonable price to book ratio of 1.37. The company has a debt to equity of 0.3521, whereas the return on equity for this company stands at a respectable figure of 0.1723. The dividend yield here is 1.03, whereas the promoter holding for this stock is just about average at 50.47. The 52-week high is 86.10, whereas the 52-week low for this stock is 37.60. Now, Kajal Electricals Limited is an India-based company which is engaged in domestic appliances and electric lighting equipment business. The stock is available at a price of 8.90 and the face value for it is 10. Vallabh Bhanshali's holding in this particular stock stands at 1.45%. The symbol for it is KHAITANELE. Now, this company is a fan manufacturer with interests in home appliances, lightings and pump business. The company's products include domestic fans, industrial fans, appliances, Leon and pumps. The market cap of the company is 10.24, which means that this company is a very tiny one and this company is not yet profitable and hence the earnings per share and the price to earnings ratio are not applicable here. The industry PE is 49.15, which indicates that the companies in this industry generally trade at expensive valuations. As a result of it not being profitable, the company also does not pay out any dividends. The 52-week high for the stock stands at 17.85, whereas the 52-week low for this stock is 5.40. The promoter holding, however, stands at a strong figure of 55.17. Now friends, please don't consider this to be a recommendation on our part. Please go ahead and do your own research. This and all other content that you see on our channel is intended to be a piece of news. Thanks for watching, and if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so.